Modi and Putin hugged warmly, and then held hands, entered the venue. The leaders of China, Russia and India stood together, smiled and talked for a long time. The whole world saw this scene on the stage of great power diplomacy. Behind the jewelry and smiles, it is often the profound changes in the international power pattern and the quiet transfer of the right to speak. Some people sigh, some people are relieved, some people have sour eyes. There is no doubt that some Westerners are sour. Trump's trade advisor Navarro scolded that India is just a laundry point for the Kremlin. He even accused Brahmins at the expense of the Indian people. Seek violence at the cost. Belch. We need to stop this behavior. This racist evaluation. Naturally, it angered the Indians even more. Indian English, all kinds of insults, fight back. Indians have long been angry at Trump's big stick and all kinds of humiliation. India considers itself a close friend of the United States. But Trump's 25% tariff is not negotiable. And because India imports Russian oil, the United States will add another 25% tariff. The tariff of 50% is the highest in the world. According to the media, he was so angry that Modi refused to answer Trump's phone 4 times. Angry Indians also burned many of Trump's fingers. And at this Tianjin summit, Modi and Putin embraced warmly. He also took Putin's special car. The two were said to have talked for another hour in the car. This trip to Tianjin, Modi should be carefully prepared. A detail shows, when the leaders of China, Russia and India stood and talked, it should be the Indian officials who immediately took a step back. Take out your phone. Take historic photos. If nothing else, a photo of Modi's mobile phone used to tweet. It comes from him. India is happy. This trip to Tianjin, the results are fruitful. Putin told Modi, I am very happy to see you. This meeting will greatly promote the development of India-Russia relations. Modi told Putin, our close cooperation is for world peace. Stability and prosperity are essential. Even in the most difficult situations, India and Russia have always stood side by side. Let's take the pressure of the United States aside. According to the public plan, Putin will also visit India this year. We also see, China and India also held a historic meeting. Modi said with emotion, it was a fruitful meeting. He also deliberately tweeted in Chinese to introduce the situation. When he left, he did not forget to send a message of thanks to the Chinese leader, the Chinese government and the Chinese people. Some Indians sighed. Modi's trip to Tianjin. It was a sleepless night at the White House. Does Trump have insomnia? We don't know. But he definitely paid attention to Tianjin. On the morning of September 1st, he tweeted. That's what he said. Few people understand. We have very little business with India, but they have a lot of business with us. In other words, they offer us their biggest customers, sell a large number of goods, and we rarely sell to them. Up to now, it is a completely one-sided relationship between us, and the relationship has been going on for decades. The reason is, up to now, the tariffs imposed by India on us are very high. It is the highest of all countries. So much so that our enterprise, unable to sell products to India. This is a completely one-sided disaster. Furthermore, most of India's oil and military products, all from Russia, rarely purchase from the United States. They are now offering to reduce tariffs to 0. But it was too late. They should have done it a few years ago. These are just some simple facts. Workers think. It should also be a response to criticism. Explain why he is ruthless to India. But compared to the previous strength, Trump softened his words a lot. I see people commenting like this. No caps subtitles. There are no exclamation marks. No threatening language. Finally, I didn't thank you for your attention to this matter. It's been a long time since I've seen such a calm Trump. It seems that the picture of the SCO meeting let him be a little humble. What a scene from the SCO made him humble. Of course, this is all said by Indians. But the whole world clearly saw that this successful meeting allowed the world to see a peaceful and open China, a confident and rejuvenated Shanghai organization, and a powerful force that has always adhered to peace and justice. I looked at the Tianjin Declaration issued after the summit, And there were 5 strong condemnation expressions alone. In one of them, naming and naming members, member states strongly condemned the military aggression launched by Israel and the United States against Iran in June 2025. There is another scene that the whole world is amazed and excited about, that is, the Chinese leader officially put forward the Global Governance Initiative. First, pursue sovereign equality. Second, abide by the international rule of law. Third, practice multilateralism. Fourth, advocate a one-person approach. And fifth, focus on action-oriented. I see that Putin immediately stated that Russia supports China's initiative and is interested in discussing specific proposals made by China's interrogation. He also lamented that it seems that the SCO can play a leading role in building a more just and reasonable global governance system. President of Belarus Alexander Lukashenko. He also immediately said to the Chinese leader, "You have just presented your 4th global initiative. That is, global governance. We, the people of Belarus, fully support your initiative. This initiative is based solely on equality and justice. And this is what is extremely lacking in the development of international relations today." Let's take 3 points. First, the world is undergoing great changes. Sure enough, the world has changed a lot unseen in a century. The wheel of history never turns by the will of a certain person, but it will always move in the direction of civilization progress. Silently run over all obstacles. I sighed when I saw Westerners. Trump's tariff spawned one. A global alliance worth $54 trillion. And brought about a new world of order. Was it really Trump's birth? Trump would also refuse. I don't carry this pot. This is an inevitable consequence of the rise of the global South. This is also the inevitable result of facing an unjust and unreasonable world. Of course, Trump may have a small contribution, but more to India. From this perspective, we need to understand when meeting with Chinese leaders. Modi's words. Both India and China adhere to strategic autonomy and independent diplomacy. The relationship between the two countries is not affected by third parties, but a new world in order. It is worth looking forward to. Second, I have to admire Chinese wisdom. There is no Chinese wisdom. There is no hit-off from Russia and Central Asian countries. There would be no Shanghai organization today. The charm of wisdom does not lie in imposing on others. It is to attract others to take the initiative to approach and follow. The art of diplomacy. It is while adhering to principles. Let countries with different cultural backgrounds can feel respected and understood. This is the largest summit on the river. This made India sigh at the success of the summit. It does not highlight China's wisdom. Not to mention the future affirmation of far-reaching global governance initiatives. Lukashenko was keenly observed. This is your 4th global initiative. Xinhua news agency reported that some leaders were quoted as saying, "Today's world urgently needs more effective governance concepts and governance systems. Global governance initiatives empower logic to solve the pressing problems of today's world." Contributed Chinese wisdom and Chinese solutions. Third, the more exciting is yet to come. Moody's is back home. He is still expressing his gratitude to China on the road. Putin and many other leaders. I will go from Tianjin to Beijing to attend the historic 80th anniversary Victory Day parade. Beijing in the past 2 days. It's really cool in autumn. Yesterday I drove past Fuxing Gate after get off work. It was already late at night. Many people take photos in front of the huge flower beds. No doubt, these days are the most important days for China and Chinese diplomacy this year. More exciting is yet to come. Every historical event is not the end, but a bridge to a new beginning. It heralds a broader future. For the SCO, yes. For China, yes. For the world, too.